Aberdeen 1, Celtic 1, and the Hoops drop more points on the road. It's the Boys and Green Post match reaction. It's kind of hard to talk about that. A tale of two halves, Nathan.
I mean, what an awful performance today, man. I mean, going into the game, the first 15, 20 minutes, you're like, all right, we're playing well today, we're on it. But as time goes on, as a Celtic team scene, the longer we go out a goal,
I,
eventually you just feel like we're not going to get one.
it's this team are just, I don't know, they just go hot and cold all the time, and I think that's been the story of the season. It's just been hot and cold. There's been glimpses where it's looked good, and we've looked, a good team, and a team last season that did win a treble as well. But then there's been
This
times
this
of
team
we've
that this team now doesn't look like it deserves to win anything.
exactly that, and it. But then we look on the other hand, but we look at a team that's just disjointed. But as uh, we started the game, 20 minutes, and I think obviously we scored quite early. Lewis Palmer's goal obviously was offside. It was well offside. I don't know how it took so long to come to that decision, but it was offside. And I thought, right, here we go. We're on it here, and we just had to put the ball in the back of the net. Um, we got to half time, and I thought, right, okay, second half, we'll come out and we'll score, score at least one, obviously, and just win the game. But the thing is, this is the thing, and this is the big thing that got me is, the more you wait and the more you don't score against Aberdeen, and most teams in the Scottish League, they're going to grow in confidence, and that's what they did in the second half, and Celtic just didn't seem to be able to deal with that.
Totally, totally.
Uh, and then obviously, 10 minutes into the second half, we concede. It's a mix up between Bernabe and Bernardo. I just think the pass is just, honestly, I don't.
The pass
It's
is weak, but Bernardo should be doing better to
um,
shield it.
that, to be honest, I think that just further adds to that Bernabe should have been in this team, but they've not got a choice. But I don't know. I might go back to transfer feelings 'cause it's there for everybody to see. And I think it was just quite ironic that Bernabe makes a mistake, should have been in the team, and then the striker that probably Celtic should have at least tried to sign in the January window scores the goal. Now I'm not
I would,
saying
I would, I would say as well. We are going to blame Bernabe for it, but I think Naroki was stinking, running backwards, like basically inviting Mayoski to shoot, and then you've got him putting in a just half-hearted slide tackle that is nowhere near the ball. It
uh,
gets worse every time you see it.
to be honest, might not get. But Naroki probably should never on the park either in the second half. But
The second half, he was stinking, man. That was
um,
he was terrible, really
and I
poor.
think, and it got to me as you were going to see a response from Aberdeen like that, and the Celtic team should expect that. But I just don't think they did expect that. Which is, you should expect half time if the team's not playing well, which Aberdeen weren't. That
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to improve, and the more you allow Aberdeen, Livingston, Hibs, any team in the Scottish League growing confidence, they're going to have chances, and they did have chances in that second half. So this is the
it was
problem. If we don't, if we
the problem I've got, right? The problem I've got is you hear Rodgers throughout the year talking about mentality. This team's got no mentality. This team's got no backbone. When things get hard, they give up. That's what it is. They gave up. I'm not having any other thing.
aye,
This team isn't made out for it. There's no character in the team. You look at Celtic teams in the past, even as recent as under Ange. See if Celtic were losing a game, there
still
were three or
expect to think
four
coming
players
back.
that would go, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and the same players are still there, but they seem to have lost their mentality.
I just when we went 1-0 down, I was like to myself, this is your time. You need to show why you're playing for Celtic. You need to show that what you're talking about mentality there. Why you're playing for Celtic, and they just didn't. They didn't. It was just as the
It's a
time went
joke.
on. It was just the mentality just was like not there. Obviously, Rogers made I think three substitutions. I think on the hour mark, brought on Kuhn, Ralston. Who else did they bring on?
Either.
Ida. I'd say to be honest with you, that's the only thing I'll
I
probably
thought he
give
done
Rogers
well. I thought Kuhn
credit.
and Ida done well. I thought they
Aye,
were
that's the
both
one.
played pivotal parts in the goal. And I
The
thought,
only thing
I mean, people, I seen a lot of the comments under Celtic's Instagram post talking about, oh, he done had a few touches and that, but he did done a couple of nice flick-ons to, like, I think he done one to Kyogo's shot got blocked, and he done one to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly could control the ball.
uh,
But they both look decent. Coon's got
I
to
think
keep pulling their pace.
I think that was the only I will give Rodgers credit for. He made the changes early. He didn't wait, and the changes were right at the time. But it's just you're talking about the final passes, the lack of quality at times is just dirty all for all to see.
I
Obviously, there
mean,
was
it was unlike
Martinelli was
Matt
poor
to
today.
be that bad.
I think
I mean,
Martinelli
I he
had
should
a
have
poor
scored. He
game.
should have scored a couple of times. He should have scored in the last near the end of the game. I think he took it. Did they take it in the goalie or the
Took it
ball
around
was
the
kind of
goal
good in the goalie?
and the angle kind of got a bit too tight and all that stuff. But
I think he should have there.
Martinelli. You could see him. Martinelli was just getting he was frustrated, and I keep saying it for players like Martinelli. I understand why they're frustrated because he, you know how good Martinelli is, but it's just it was really frustrating. Really was frustrating because we knew this was going to be tough. It is always tough at Aberdeen. You know, obviously they're getting through a bit of a tough time at the moment, and that wasn't a great Aberdeen team. That was not a
Totally.
good Aberdeen team, and I don't mean it to sound disrespectful. I don't mean that to sound, but they've went through it. They've gone through a torrid time last week with a manager getting sacked. Celtic should have smelt that and should have went for Aberdeen and should have won
Should
that
have been a
game.
dominant performance.
Dominant
That's what it should have been.
performance and at least should have won the game, and we've not done any of that, and that's the main gripe that I've got.
Aye, but
Um,
oh boy, like the last 20 seconds of the game say it all to me. We took about 30 seconds to take a throw in. I mean,
aye,
what? I mean, the ball should have been already in the box at that point. And see when that Adam Ider came on, right? We were only launching long balls up to him. We were trying to hit Kyogo with a long ball at one point. I'm
aye.
like, you've got a tall striker there, and you're trying to hit Kyogo. I mean, what are the brains? And don't even get me started on a badder, man. Oh my god, that he needs to get his finger out or something. He needs to go or something, man, because that is stinking terrible. Utter
Um,
rotten that was. Genuinely, I've like he done nothing the whole game. Never touched the ball once. Again, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. He is shite.
um, it's it's the main thing for me and I said all week that and you talk about there Ida getting it, but there's the complete. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I spoke about. At the start of the week, he's going to shield the bullets for what the actual, and he's going to shield the slack for the bigger problems. Obviously, we've seen it. We've seen a banner today as well from the Celtic support, and I don't blame them.
No, right.
sh-
See, you say that Ida's going to take all the bullets for the
yeah,
board, right? That is what's going to happen, right? But then you counteract that and you go, the players that have been here and done
no,
that need to be the ones that take responsibility
no,
because
I'm not saying.
ultimately they're the ones that have done it.
I'm not saying the players don't are devoid of responsibility or don't take any responsibility. Rogers does, but the phrase that goes about quite a lot. I fell asleep at the wheel. Celtic both
Totally.
completely fell asleep at the wheel, and it's just the inability. And I don't want to go back to transfer windows because it's done now. So it's kind of, but the inability to
I
attract.
will say that. I will say this, story. I mean, I don't really want to be talking about the board because at the
No,
end
I
of the
don't
day,
know one either.
what happened today isn't. Oh, obviously, it's got something to do with the board, but isn't it got much? Isn't it got as much to do with the board? It's what to do with the players and the mentality of the players that are on that pitch. Because ultimately, to wear a Celtic shirt, you need to be willing to run through a brick wall. And these players aren't. Who takes responsibility in that team? No,
Exactly.
nobody stood up today and went, no, I'm Kyogo done one run that was excellent, but Kyogo was rotten today as well, man. The amount of teams that lost the ball and passed the ball to an Aberdeen player, I mean, he was rotten as well, but
The
there's
whole
nobody
team.
that's taking responsibility in the middle of the game, thinking, you know what, I'm just going to hit a shot. I mean,
I
and
just want to
Palmer done
quit.
that in the first half, but Palmer lacked the quality when he should have scored.
Um, I just kind of wanted, obviously, going back to the whole inability to attract players. I, I had a look at our bench today, and our bench was just like this is a
Shite.
Celtic bench in 2024. Either obviously who have signed Kuhn, who have signed Vata, nearly out the door.
I don't mind
Ralston,
that being on the bench today. I thought he came on and done it right.
Ralston gave away a stupid foul with 2 minutes to go. I don't get that.
True.
Stephen
Young boy though,
Welsh,
you're gonna get that.
Stephen Welsh, not good enough. Hasn't been good enough for Celtic teams in the past. Odin Thiago home. Scott Bain, which we all know why that's fine. I don't mind Scott Bain because we all know why he's there.
Aye.
Daniel, that a youth product, that Kelly and James Forrest. That's a Celtic bench in 2024 when we're in a title race. Jesus Christ, and that is just that it just goes to show. And I'm not having the excuses that it's too hard to attract players in the January window. I'm not having it. If you want a player, you pay the money or you pay the wages. See if you want a player on loan, say for instance Kazawa, if you really want that player, you pay his wages.
You spend the money to get us to win the league. That's what
You
I don't
spend the
get.
money, and get the quality.
There's 60 million on the line here, and we're like Adam Ida and Nicholas Kuhn are going to get us over. Don't get me wrong, we don't know how good they are. They might turn
No, we
out
don't
to be
know.
amazing, right? But the
No,
thing is if you're going to like loan a player or buy a player, say loan a player, and you want to loan a top quality player, we can't be content with, oh, you know what, this is going to get us to the league title. No, we need to make sure we win it. We're not making sure we're winning it. We're trying to, right, okay, we'll do the bare minimum that should get us over the line. No, it
mm-hmm.
should be we're going to loan players that are going to win us the league.
Quality. Because I just think that it's not even the fact players were brought in, right? I don't mind. We brought in Kuhn, we brought in Ida. I'll kind of put him away from the conversation because we've brought
Yeah,
them
it's
in.
got nothing to do with it. We
It's the
don't know
it's
how
the
good this
it's the it's
includes
the,
football.
it's the position the positions we didn't strengthen that were so glaring. Left
Left
back,
having to put Tony Ralston on at left back. I mean, as you know, I love Tony Ralston, right? But having to put him, he should have started the game at left back realistically.
aye.
Should have started because he was. It was 10 times better than Bernabeu when Bernabeu came on.
I thought you could get any worse than Bernabeu, to be honest. But and as I go back to what I made just at the start, the reaction is left back's cost us yet again. And what happens? We go to Wednesday night and Bernabeu starts again, and it costs us Easter Road.
Well,
Where Rodgers,
I think we said in the podcast yesterday we need to these next 3 games we need to win all three,
and we've dropped
and
points at the first attempt.
we've failed at the first hurdle. And you know
Um,
what? See that's right. See if Celtic want to keep playing like this, we may as well gift wrap the league.
if that Rangers a week.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing. We're falling into I use the phrase quite a lot. We're getting into a crisis situation blindfolded because the board are just walking about, or the players and the club are just walking into this. I'm just going to say the club because I can't. The club are just walking into this, crisis with their eyes closed. And this is the thing, and it's the lack of just quality is there.
I'm sick. I'm sick of the word lack of quality when we
And
never
we've
went
heard,
out and fucking got quality.
um,
If you say that long, I don't understand the thought process of the club. I really don't because the
um,
on-field performances have been utter pish. The board have been ridiculous, and ultimately the players are just no interested.
because I have kind of you look at it and say we heard obviously heard the word quality being branded a lot, right? We've also heard the word of it no getting up to a level. Brendan Rodgers mentioned it in his post match with Sky Sports, basically saying that we've not been up to the level, and but it's the 3rd of February. The season ends in about 4 months. So when
Exactly.
are we
There's
going?
what 15 games left now.
When are we going to
15
get up to
games.
this level? So this is
Exactly.
what
He
and
was saying that pre-season, or we'll get up to the level. We'll get up to the level. I expect for the first game of the season we're at that level, not near the last.
the first, I don't mind it if it's the first few games because it's a new manager. That's fine and whatever else, right? I get that, but not in the 3rd of February for me. That's yeah, going on a bit too long there with the whole lack of quality.
I mean, you've
because
got. I mean, 2 3 games is like sort of like fitting in, but see after that, man, these players get paid tens of thousands a week to kick a ball. These players
Mhm.
get paid to do what anybody would dream to do, and then they're walking about not even interested. I mean, I don't get that excuse. These players should be at a high level. You play for Celtic. We're not a small club, but we're acting like one.
um, and I listened to Rogers' conference before the game yesterday, before obviously yesterday, and he was asked about obviously he was asked a lot about the signings, and he basically said he was with the fans and trying to get the board to, basically come out their comfort zone a bit. I've not got the quotes. In fact,
I
I'll
think he
just say,
said something like he understands the fans' frustration.
um, I so I'm a bit like, but we heard a lot under Ronnie Dyler, and like this squad, it's just go eventually come together, and we've had the same problem, and that never worked out. We're hearing the exact same stuff being branded about now, and
It's not good enough.
it's not coming together, and there's something that's unrest. And I seen obviously the Green Brigade had put their banner out or whatever, or the Celtic fans put the banner out. It's been a long time coming. I don't blame them. I don't blame them because, and that's what my fear was when the Green Brigade get let back in. But is it going to be the Green Brigade who speak? And by the way, don't think saying that the Green Brigade speak for all Celtic fans. They don't. But there's some.
Somebody needs to be a voice because
But they're
this
the
club
only.
have been getting away with
Let's
it
be
too
honest.
long.
They're one of the only voice that will actually speak up for the.
Exactly.
And I just think if you don't think if you're no like frustrated with what's going on, I don't know what else it needs to open your eyes. It, and it just goes back when we obviously scored that goal. I was like,
Here we go again.
not even who we go again. It was like
Expecting it.
you could have wrote it. You could have wrote it. Celtic had the, no, I'm not. Right, this is my problem. Right, this is where. No, I'm a big Miovski fan. You probably already tell that, right? I think he's a good player. He's a good player. He gets you goals in the league, right? He might not be the flashiest player. He's only playing the Scottish league, but Aberdeen were looking at £5 million. Celtic never even challenged that. You could have put. I'm not a transfer expert, to be honest.
Three point five add-ons or something.
It's no easy. It's easy just going to FIFA and go, here's 4 million. There's a player. I get that, but
Yeah.
Celtic never even, as far as I'm aware, big asked the question. We paid just under £4.5 million for a left back that has been, and I'm not trying to get him Burnley again here. I'm just trying to use that as a point of hangway. So why can we not go and pay for a Miovski
Even
or
I
a
know
Shankland?
exactly. I know you said about Bernabeu there, but even Taylor to a certain extent when he plays, like just the left back position in general, it's just
Aye,
no good enough.
we
Let
paid a,
alone starting Bernabeu. Bernabeu should beat the club. Neither should
aye.
Taylor. Should be a backup at best.
This is, I'm not even really talking about obviously how bad it is because we know that. But what I'm trying to hang is we pay all this money for these overseas players from Argentina's and even in Europe. Why not
Aye.
look close? Why not look closer to home? And that's what got annoyed, but frustrated me. There's two main strikers on your doorstep. Go and have
Exactly.
a
You
go.
don't need you don't
And,
need to do any scouting for them.
and if Hearts don't want to sell me, Shanklin, sorry, and Aberdeen don't want to sell, that's fine. At least you've tried. But I just don't think we have tried. No, I'm not. I'm also not saying, oh, Miovski plays. Wait, if Miovski signed, you win that game. I'm not saying that. I'm not making excuses because I don't want it to sound like that. But we would have had a better chance. Now, I'm not having a go at Adam either, but hey, he came on, he looked okay.
I came in
But
and looked decent. Got this. I think he got the assist for the goal as well, didn't
this is the thing, like, with Miovski, sorry, wait, that, yeah, we're going to say, well, we don't know much about him. See, with Miovski or Shankland, but you know what they can do.
he?
You know what
Exactly.
they can do, and I'm not right, but I'm sorry, but if anybody don't just think this is what they do, but there is a snobbery when it comes to Scottish league players. There is a complete snobbery when it comes to talent in this league. Now, I get the league isn't the best. I get that,
There's definitely
but
some talented players in
there's
there, though.
quality. Lewis Ferguson went to Bologna. Look how good he is now.
He's one of the
You know,
main.
he's
He's
doing, he's
one of the
doing
main men
brilliant
in
in
for
Italy.
there.
You've
Aye.
Aaron Hickey done well at Bologna again, and has
Calvin
done
Ramsey.
Calvin Ramsey. I don't think it's really went up for him at Liverpool. I think he's just went back out loan, but there is quality up here. You know, you've had Josh Doig has just got a move as well, so there's quality. So
Exactly.
I just, but over, I don't think that really patters on this performance. I think it's just
This performance was just right. I mean,
it was
there's
another
not much else to
shambles
say.
of a performance, and the pressure,
Disappointing.
the pressure just continues to mount, and the pressure just continues to mount everything on this club because
I can't believe. I actually can't believe their Celtic won at the start of the season to where we are now. It's shambolic. It's embarrassing, and the whole club should hold their head in shame.
no,
Every single one of them.
but and this is what we need somebody to come out. Somebody I put something. It was a Twitter page I follow. It's just the one word to describe it all. It's a shambles. It's an absolute shambles, and nobody comes out and nobody's taking responsibility. The board don't take responsibility, but that does not surprise me. You know,
Yeah, they'll be sitting going, at least
there's
they never
nobody
lost.
there's nobody taking responsibility. And this is what I continue to say. Come the end of the season, if we win the league or not, there needs to be a change. There needs to be a freshen up. It's stale, it's boring, it's and people say to me, "Oh, but he's won the treble last year."
That was
Yes,
last year.
and I'm happy about that.
That was last year.
But you need to have standards, and this is the thing. We don't hang me for a position of strength, and we're in this situation yet again where we've allowed Rangers back into a title race, and we already we and be fair to Rangers, they got themselves back, but we've given them a lot of help to get back into that transfer, that that league race.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
good enough. That's what I'm thinking.
See, even if
I'm
Celtic win the league, hopefully they do, obviously, but it'll still be disappointing.
still with the
It's still not good enough. It's
and the
still not good enough.
main thing if we win the league, it needs to be we need to basically still um make sure that we still criticise the people at the top because that is the main problem I've got. When we win the league and we win the title and we're doing well, we don't criticise the people at the top enough. And that
See,
is the main problem.
at the end of the day, it's the people that run the club that make
It's the
the
people that run the
decisions,
club.
and the decisions haven't been good enough.
And I just think, I don't know, obviously, I've had a lot of kind of thought of the last few days about it, trying to probably calm down a bit because I was really pissed at it last week, to be honest. But I just don't see the point in ranting and raving about it because you don't know. You say a lot of knee jerk stuff that you probably don't want to, like, you saying stuff like that. But it's just, I don't know if they just think that they're doing it best. But Peter
They're
Lawwell,
clearly not. They're
Peter
clearly not.
Lawwell has been in the job for nearly, I think, 17, 18 years. There becomes a point where there needs to be fresh impetus. There needs to be fresh ideas. The board has hardly changed in the last decade. There needs to be a change. And I'm not going to
Aye.
come out. Trust me, I'm not going to come out every single post-match reaction if we lose or we draw and say the board, the board, the board, because it's
Well,
not.
we'll see when we get to that.
Because we may as well just copy and repeat every this one then because. But there
It's
needs to be
definitely
a.
been it's definitely been the same conversation for too long now.
It's the same conversation, but nothing seems to change. Don Mackay came in when Peter Lawwell supposedly stepped down. I'm doing my Neil Lennon impression now with my. But supposedly when he stepped down, that Don Mackay came in, and then Don Mackay was at the door 3 weeks and tried to spin it as some sort of family emergency. Now we have not got any proof that
Why is that?
that wasn't the case, but we all know why it was. We all know
So
that they couldn't. Lawwell came back in, or Lawwell still had a bit of saying. They all thought, no, this is too forward thinking. Bugger off. We
yeah,
need somebody with forward thinking ideas. Why not get a director of foot? I've still for years not understood why Celtic don't get a director of football.
Neither that.
And
Neither that.
leave the football and the signings to the manager and the director of football and get in the board deal with the financial side of it. But they've been too cautious with the financial side of it, and that is the problem. So
Exactly. Some teams you need to bend your structure a bit. No.
exactly, and we don't do that.
Exactly.
Um, but
But
it's just not good enough. Not good enough. Obviously, the gap has now been I think me two. I think it's is it 5 points now.
it's 6 points, but that's for them playing Livingston the now
Aye,
and the
so
game in hand against St Johnstone, so we're equal.
so so we're equal pretty much. I think we'd still be ahead in goal difference, but to where we were, that's
That
just
doesn't matter.
even bringing goal difference into it is just an
Are you
indictment to
sure
where
we're
we
ahead
are.
on goal difference? Because when was
Aye,
the
I think
last time
that's
we actually got a...
unless they score extra goals, I'm forgetting that's without their game in hand. So unless they might, so who knows? But the fact that even bringing that into it is just kind of shows where it kind of is at the moment. But we just need to move on. We need to go to Hibs Wednesday night, where Rodgers hasn't in fact won, so that would might be fun. But
Aye.
that's what you need to do, and hope pick up the 3 points. And even I hope now we have to. If we don't,
I know.
it could be bleak. It could be very very bleak, and we could start seeing people outside the ground, which you don't want to
There's
see.
only
But
there's only a 3 goal difference, so they're probably going to have a
aye,
better
so
goal difference than us.
probably gonna have a bit. So we probably will be
So
second
they'll
in the
be
league.
top.
I imagine. I don't. But
That's
as
embarrassing.
aye, but probably just gotta leave it here for the post match reaction. If you could please like, subscribe, do all that kind of
See
stuff.
you later.
You can do it if you want. But hope we'll be back for a Hibs preview for the game on Wednesday night. Till then, see you later. Cheers.